Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the channel. Today we are going to try to tackle a pretty small project. In fact, it's a continuation of another project that I haven't filmed last time. And that would be replacing a phone battery for a smartphone. In this case, that's a Samsung Galaxy S8. You can see Galaxy S8. And when I was trying to change the battery, so something happened what you quite often don't see in the videos. And that's... let's try to focus here. And there you go. You see? So that's a back cover. Everything else is fine. But this corner is pretty much all cracked. So that's not the result of impact. I didn't bump it into anything. I didn't drop it. So what happened is when you try to actually open the case, which is glued, which is most modern smartphones are, if you're not super careful with really thin glass back panels, such as this one, again, I don't know how much you can see here, but yeah, you can see basically that's the seam. So the thickness of the panel here is very thin. So if you try to pry it even a little bit more than you could sensibly do so, then that's what happens. That's basically what can happen very easily. It didn't take any pressure. It didn't take any particular effort or strength whatsoever. So while the battery now is changed, so I have finished this project, and as I said, unfortunately I didn't film it, but the back cover is the way it is, and that's not cool. So we're going to replace it. And I have a replacement I have a replacement back cover here, like right here, you can see the box. And I'll put all the parts and maybe tools in the links in the description. So let's see if we can just quickly replace the back cover. It should be a fairly straightforward project. The parts are cheap. There requires a few tools that, well, you can use the special tools, or you can just use some things that line around the house. So the first thing will actually turn the phone off. So power off. And all right. So it's off now. Now the next thing what we'll have to do is to open and take off the back cover again. So in this case that would be easy because right now I just have it snapped in and there is no adhesive in between. If you would have an adhesive there, as in like you actually just did break the back cover without opening it first, then that would be a more involved project. And you will have to generally heat it up, try to pry it a little bit, cut the adhesive on the inside with something thin. And don't do the things what I do, or this is what's going to happen then, like so. So let's take a look. Oh, we actually didn't turn it off. All right, let's see. And we'll need to do, yeah, now it's turned off, sorry. Yeah. Okay. So that's what you will get in one of these ubiquitous replacement parts. That's just one of them. Let's see what we have inside. All right, very impressed package, I must say. That's like carbon, well, it's not exactly carbon fiber, but it certainly looks the part. I mean, the whole case is probably more expensive than what's on the inside. All right, and here's our back cover, nicely packaged. So let's open it up. Yep. As you can see, just as the one we had before. Yep. Says, except it doesn't say Galaxy S8, unless it's under this tape. Well, we'll see. Yeah, and Samsung, I don't know if that's just covering, but the important part is here, you see, one is cracked and another one is not. All right, so here's what we see on this side. And basically we have some adhesive here. It might be hard to see, but basically because it's kind of like the black film, yeah, you can see it on this side. So that's the film covering the adhesive. There's some film around here as well. We'll need to take off. But apart from that, that looks good. So now, so that's our cover. Put it aside, and we have some tools here. Well, actually, we only have one tool this time around. And alright, let's see. So this one looks like that. Okay, that's let's call opening tool. That's not bad. So basically, the bottom line is you need something really thin, like that. Especially for the initial tear down, you probably want to have something made of metal because you want to have this rigidity, and you need to actually cut through the adhesive. You will probably need to have a hairdryer or ideally heat gun to heat it up on that side, and then that's basically what you'll have to do. You'll need to start in some place where you actually can get access to one of the holes. Let's see. Okay, so again, like in this case, it's easy because it's not right now particularly glued, but hopefully you can see that. See, I can get a nail right in there, and yeah, see, right in here. And if you only focus, so yeah, so you see, like I am able to squeeze in the blade in there, and that's where you have to go just carefully around. And where you need to be especially careful, try not to twist it this way, because that's exactly how you break it. Basically, you want to go as flat as possible, because glass doesn't really twist. So what would happen if you try to twist it too much, it will just snap and do exactly what you see in the corner here. So okay, let's just open and see, yeah. See here, have to be extra careful so not to get the glass pieces in. Yeah, very, very careful. Try not to twist anything. Yep. So here we go. And as I said, that's the second time around and it's not glued, so that's why it's so easy. If you would do it the first time around, that's much harder to do, and that's why you have to be extra careful, or again, that's what's going to happen. Alright, so as you can see, I'm just holding it up open, so here is my back cover. Okay, now don't try to pull it all, the whole thing. So what happens there is you have the fingerprint sensor, and it's actually connected with the cable. So what you'll need to do is to disconnect it without detaching the whole back cover. Okay, let's see. And if we can see it right now, yeah. You can probably see it, yeah, right there, look. So that's our connector to the fingerprint sensor. So you'll need to get something to actually disconnect. By disconnecting, you will need to actually pry it out. You can use this tool probably. That's not ideal. But okay, let me just put it somewhere here. I can use my battery replacement tools that came with the spare battery, and there is a separate tool for that. But realistically, I mean, you can use just about anything. You just need to be more careful if you're doing that. So there you have something like that. So you see, basically there's nothing to it. It's effectively a plastic screwdriver, flathead screwdriver, and you can do exactly that if you be careful. So you open it like that, then you stick it on the inside. Let's see. Okay. All right. Or you can do it this way. And this time we actually pull the whole fingerprint sensor off the back cover, and actually it works better that way for us to replace the back cover. So you see, okay, let's just try to get it really closer. So here's our connector. Yeah. So right now it's connected with a small cable, and here's our fingerprint sensor just floating around. So now I already cleaned most of the traces of old adhesive here. Well, you can see there is still a little bit more left here on the sensor itself. So before replacing, you want to clean as much as possible of the old adhesive. Yeah, like so, on the sensor. Yeah, I thought I cleaned most of that up. Okay, but yeah, and just kind of stick it where there is a small indentation there, like that. So that's right now it's in the right spot. So the next tricky part, which is already kind of pretty much finished here. So what you want to do is, if you open it for the first time, like all these parts around here, literally would be covered, yeah, like all the way around here. Let me just zoom out. Like all around here and here and here would be covered in the old adhesive. And you want to clean that basically like carefully scraping it like that. Except you will need to apply a lot more force. And yeah, you won't be able to clean everything perfectly. It's not easily removable. It's attached pretty well there. But you want to clean as much as possible so that the new adhesive will have a place to bond properly. And you can also do it before and after. A little bit isopropyl alcohol or rubbing alcohol. And where is my... Yep. Maybe like a Q-tip or something like that. All right, and we'll just go around and see if we can clean some of this stuff up. just to do some surface prep for a new adhesive. Like so. And do the same thing. Well, if you're replacing the old, you're placing back your old back cover, and you can see that, yeah, that's after already cleaning up quite a bit of glue. Yeah, you see? That's not looking perfect by any means, and that's because this glue is tough. Even after cleaning up, there's still quite a bit left. But this one is fine, but usually after just disconnecting, you will have a lot more chunks in there. Alright, but we don't care about this cover. The new cover doesn't have that. So here's our new cover, perfect here. It has quite a bit of film here, so now we'll need to detach all these things like that. Yep, and you see? Okay, again. So that's an extra adhesive for our fingerprint sensor. Then these are the adhesives, well, cover for adhesive for the cover itself. And we'll take this one off. There's a lot of adhesive here, yep, and that something goes on the outside. Alright, now all adhesive is naked. Now we'll need to attach it let's see. Alright, so let's get our phone. Yeah, but now you need to carefully line it up and line it up with the fingerprint sensor. That's the important part. You see, some people do attach the fingerprint sensor first, but then that creates a problem that you will need to attach the connector, which needs to be disconnected before that, while the cover is almost closed. That's pretty hard to do, but if you line it up first on the motherboard, then you see like it just goes in like that. And that's mostly it. So now what we want to do is make sure that it all lines up here, so no gaps, no stick outs here, which is almost correct. Yeah, you want to run your finger on all the sides, like so. Yep, so just it's seated properly. No ridges. And then what you want to do is just to push, again, carefully. So I'll use either a piece of fabric or just a paper towel, so you can just glide back and forth, not using your fingers directly. Just to make sure that you actually squeeze it. But again, carefully. So squeeze it up so it lines up. And just let's inspect. Is there anything that's our seam? If we can focus that closely, yeah, basically seam goes like right there. Yep, yeah, now you can see it. And yeah, that's basically as close as it gets, given that it's a new adhesive, not the original one. And that's pretty much it. So there are a couple more things what you may want to do. You may want to use also the hairdryer or the heat gun. Just run sort of a top heated tap to make sure it softens up a little bit and fills the imperfections in terms of the old glue and just like general irregularities in the surface. I don't know how necessary is that, because another thing is, keep in mind this is not going to be waterproof, or at least not to the same degree as it was or was claimed to be. So yeah, if you are habitually dropping the phone in, you know, a toilet or a bathtub or go swimming with that, that's probably not repair for you. In all fairness, that's probably not a phone for you either, even in the original state. But yeah, so I'm pretty sure, like, I'm very comfortable with this phone after this repair, like to be with this outside in the rain, let's say, and well, as long as I'm not in the downpour and just like putting in a puddle. But apart from that, yeah, that's not going to be as tough or as waterproof as it used to be. But hey, that's you can always get a new phone and not spend $20, but spend like 20 times that. So that's that. As I said, that's a relatively small project. I mean, well, it's probably as small as it gets. Let's see if we can get this sticky tape off. That is actually pretty tough. Because I wonder, does it say Samsung there or is it just unmarked? Yeah, this one is the toughest adhesive so far. Okay, yeah, I think I get it. So let's see, yep, that's what it says. Okay, I don't know if you can see, yep. So you see Samsung was covered, probably for some, yep, legal reasons or something. And probably the same thing if we manage to pry this one out. We'll see S8 logo. Let's see. Yeah, if the glue on the inside is similar to what I have here, I definitely have no issues with this repair. It's gonna do well. Alright, let's just pull it up. Yep, and let's see. Galaxy S8. Alright, so there's that. Let's just wipe off all our fingerprints. Okay, so there's still some few things here from the tape. That's probably where we can get again our trusty alcohol, rubbing alcohol. And that should help us to take care of that. So I don't know if you can see it. Yep, like here. Oh yeah, that totally takes care of that. Might as well do the cleaning of the lenses here. And the last piece here is, yep, and that's that. You can see alcohol evaporates almost instantaneously, and that's right. Here's our Galaxy, really hard to tell. Yeah, Galaxy S8, there we go. And here's our corner, look. Let's just get our old one back. Oh yeah, look at that. Oh, ugly. And look what we have on our phone now. And that's that. So all what's left is to turn it on to make sure it actually still works. And it does. Oh, so it seems. Let's see. Samsung. And it's done. Alright, thanks guys for this short episode. If you enjoy this content, please like and subscribe to the channel. If you will see more projects, probably more complicated projects than that. And hey, we make mistakes, so you don't have to. So let me know in the comments if you liked it, if you disliked it, what you want to see more, what you want to see less, and what else do you want to see on the Just Make It. Alright, see you next time. Bye.